Ugh. How's everyone doing today? Can I get a yeah? Yeah. All right, let's go. Right. Audio sounds a little bad. Yeah, it does that every time well, I hope the audio is pretty good right now, but I'll play the starting soon screen with Byakuya's theme, and as soon as I start the stream, I guess because there's like extra, download speeds or something, whatever, it slows the sound down. So it'll be like, it'll do that kind of stuff. Anyway, when is Bleach coming back? Probably next year. I would assume actually definitely next year. I highly doubt. It would be awesome. It would be a Christmas miracle if it came back like in December of 2021, but I doubt it'll be this year. Thanks, Silvers, for the $5. Yeah! Aw, man. First time being at one of these streams this early. I know, right? You stream any games on Twitch? Nah, not for a long time. Why am I lonely? That's a deep philosophical question. I don't know. I mean, I can bring Barry in for that one, but, I don't know, man. Oh, God. One of these days, I'm going to reach down to grab Barry. I'm going to end up dislocating my shoulder or something, which has been prone to happen. I almost did it last week. Oh, my God, it was crazy. So, last week, it was garbage day. So, I was thinking ahead, okay? It was usually Monday nights we leave out our trash cans, right? Now, I'm very forgetful, so I don't usually do it until, like, 11 o'clock at night, maybe midnight. I'll finally take out the trash. I'll be sitting in my room like, oh shit, it's garbage night, right? So last Monday, I was like, man, I'm gonna get on this. I put out the trash cans at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, man, there we go. The trash cans are on the curb right in front of our house. I don't have to worry about it the rest of the day. I could just go to bed tonight without worrying about it, okay? So a few hours later, around 6, this massive thunderstorm rolls into the area, and it's like, we get an alert on my phone, and it's like, massive thunderstorm that's gonna be going on until the end of the night, and I'm like, oh, shit, and I look out the window, and it's like that phase right before it starts pouring where the wind, like the sky is just, blacked out, and then it's just wind blowing everywhere. So I'm like, I should probably go outside and move those trash cans. I should probably put them in the garage or something because this wind, there was like a big box, like a cardboard box that we stuffed some trash into. I'm like, that's going to be 2 miles away, so I should probably move it. So I walk outside. I'm not even kidding. Like, as I'm walking over to the trash cans, everything was where it was supposed to be. Nothing moved. As I was walking over, this huge gust came in, and one of the trash cans started to blow off into the street. So I reached out to grab one, and I almost popped my shoulder out again. Like, it was close. I was like, because that it hasn't happened for a number of years, but that has happened quite a few times. When I was, like, in college, it would pop out every now and then. So, yeah. But I got the trash cans into the garage, and it was good because that was one hell of a storm. And it was actually not... Wait, was that Monday? Oh, yeah, it was! Yeah, that was also the day the power went out. The power went out again. That's like the 5th time this year. I took the trash cans back into the house, and then, I'm like, cool, and then, 20 minutes later, power goes out. And it was out for, 2 hours. So, yeah. Rustage is playing Minecraft. Yeah, Rustage... I don't play Minecraft. I don't even have Minecraft. But, yes, Rustage just hit 1 million subscribers. He's off on Twitch right now doing a 12-hour-long stream, which is why I was hesitant to even stream today, because Rustage, I know he was doing it, but Saturday, it's like Saturday's the one day I have where I can actually stream, and I wanted to get one out before the end of June, so I'm like, yeah, okay. And I will be on Rustage's stream later tonight, whatever time zone it is, later tonight, around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so 4 hours from now, because this is only going to go for an hour and 20 minutes for these, but we're going to be, at least it's me, I don't know who else is going to be there, maybe Noble might be there, I don't know about Spooky or Briggs, but we're going to do the One Piece SBS segment. Okay, and so Rustage was we were talking about times to get that. Actually, let me see if there's any updates on that. Because I know Noble responded, I responded. I don't know if anybody else did or if there's any other updates with that. No, it's still set. Okay, he said 6 o'clock. Okay, so 6 o'clock for me. So I'll be able to pop in for about an hour, hour and a half tonight, and we'll be able to do some SBS for One Piece D&D. So yeah. That was a Tekking trash takeout experience. Yeah, that's going to be the new virtual, like, Oculus kind of game. Taking out the trash. Taking out the trash in the middle of a severe thunderstorm. Let's go through some super chats. You're the GOAT Tekking, rocking with you since Bleach chapter 482. Started One Piece because of you, episode 823. Man, that's awesome. Keep it up. This is my first stream. I just wanted to say hi. Hi, Dark Gods, with a Z. All of the Dark Gods are just saying hello at the same time. Hello, Dark Gods. Trash Simulator. Here's the thing. So, does anybody remember a Bleach game? It was on the Wii, called Bleach Shattered Blade. Alright, it was probably the first Bleach video game I'd ever played. Because I had, what was it called? Dark Souls? Or not Dark Souls, Lost Souls? Wait, what was it called again? I still have it. Hold on, wait, is it still in my... Yeah, right here, yeah, Bleach Dark Souls, right here. I'm playing it on my new 3DS, like 10 years later. Anyway, this is probably my favorite Bleach game ever. This is a fighting game. But yeah, Shattered Blade. Okay. So, I was really excited when I got that because my mom got me a Nintendo Wii for Christmas in like 2007. And with that, she got me a few games. And so one of them was Shattered Blade. Okay, so this was like 2007, 2008. This was like the heights of when I was watching Bleach on like Toonami. Like, this was crazy. I was talking to my friends at school about it. You know, it's great. Alright, so the game itself is actually like, it's okay. It's more of just a wag fest, if nothing else, because I remember with the Wiimote and the nunchuck, you could get into some crazy combos. Like, you could basically, like, do this, and then Ichigo will do a slash, and then you could do this, and Ichigo will do a parry. And you can also do this one movement where it's just like this, and Ichigo will stab the opponent. But the thing is, it was kind of broken, where you could just keep doing this, and as long as you kept this motion up, as long as you kept doing this motion, you could get like a 99+ hit combo, where Ichigo would just take Zangetsu, and there's Byakuya, it would just be like, oh, and it'd just keep doing that, and like the text would just loop and loop and loop for 99 times until you finally maxed out the hit counter, and then... Yeah, anyway, the point is, in that game, that was the first time that Grimmjow and Ukiura had an English VA. Now, they were not the official voice actors that played the characters in the English anime, but they were still really decent. And I always remember this one line that Ukiura had. So you have like your special finishing moves or whatever. Now, this was long before Ukiura's release form was revealed, even in the manga. Okay? So it wasn't even around yet. So they had to come up with some interesting finishing moves for Grimmjow and Ukiura. Grimmjow's, I think, was fairly straightforward. It was just like he runs up and just slices Ichigo a bunch of times. But Ukiura's was a little bit more, like, abstract, okay? It was like you know that thing he did where he took out his eye and he could, like, watch people and, like, shatter it, right? So he does that as an attack where he basically, like, hits the opponent. Everything goes into negative, like negative colors. Like, the world goes negative. And then he does this. He, like, makes an X over his chest. And then he takes out his eye. And then he crushes his eye, and then it's like an image of Ukiura's, like, emo eyes, his stare, just appears over you, and you just get hit with a crap ton of damage. And as he says it, as he does the attack, he says, trash gets treated like trash. Boom! And then you just get a massive amount of damage. It was very, very abstract, but I always remember that line of, like, trash gets treated like trash. Boom! And then you die. So, that's that. Have you been keeping up with Mashal? Yes, I read Mashal weekly. It's very good. I just haven't gotten around to making another video about it, but it is very solid. Have you caught up with the One Punch Man manga? If so, are you going to do a video on it in the near future? I'm caught up with One Punch Man as well. I read all of that stuff as soon as it comes out. Eventually I will. Tekking, would you ever do a what ifs episode with Sabo, Ace, and Luffy, with Luffy going down to the Marine path? I actually already did that. I did a video where what if Luffy becomes a Marine, like if he was a Marine, like if he followed in Garp's footsteps rather than Shanks. You know, and then Sabo stays as a revolutionary. Well, that would add an interesting other spin to it. I think in the video that I did, I made it so like Ace and Luffy and Sabo, well, I guess Sabo still joined the revolutionaries, but Ace and Luffy both became Marines. But maybe I could do it like another perspective, like what if Luffy was the pirate, Ace was a Marine, Sabo was a revolutionary, or mix them all up. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting way to do it. What is a setting or concept from D&D that you would like to make a campaign around? I would love to do a campaign around Mechanist. Oh god, yeah. So, I actually am trying to figure out, I have the basics of it right now, a campaign that would involve all of the realms, because I was just doing research into this the other day. I was doing research with the books and the D&D wiki, the 5e wiki. I was just looking into, like, all the stuff, because the descriptions of all of the realms in D&D, they're a little bit ambiguous. Like, let me pull out the player's handbook right here. Give me a sec here. My D&D corner I have over here. Oh, and also, by the way, I finally started reading about ancient Chinese history, so boom, there we go. I was in a bookstore last night, and I'm like, all right, I read all about ancient Egypt, and I know a lot about ancient Japan, and let's start reading about ancient China, and I know it was going to be a lot of stuff, and it's like, all right, here's the book. It's a bit of a read, but if you want to know, here you go. So now I'm reading about ancient China. Okay, so I got that uphill battle. All right, let's see here. Yeah. I would love to do a campaign around, I can't remember if it was in the DMG or the Player's Handbook, so give me a second. I think it's in the Player's Handbook. It's weird. I think the descriptions of the worlds are in one, and then the actual map is in the others. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, yeah, there's the map. There's the Great Wheel cosmology of D&D, and you have, of course, the material plane, Earth. I mean, it's not Earth, but it's Earth. It's like right here. And then you have the elemental planes, and then you have all of these planes where gods and devils and demons and angels and shit live, right? So, Mechanist was cool. We actually did a campaign once. I was a player where we actually went to Mechanist, and it was very annoying because Mechanist is the realm of, I think, of either lawful neutral or neutral good. Can't remember the exact setup of that. And I think, yeah, I think it's like, oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, Mechanist is the objective realm of lawful neutrality, which means everything, the way that it was perceived to us was like everything was bureaucracy. Like, we got sucked in there from a portal and we had to get out. And it was literally like, okay, stand in this line for 4 days and then fill out these forms in triplicate, and then go and stand in this line for 5 more days, fill out these forms in triplicate, and then you can get into a portal to go back home. It was like the land of fuck. It was like if the DMV was a dimension. And it was very funny for us to be there. Hi, from Israel. Hello. Come to Charlotte and smoke with me. Charlotte, North Carolina? Alright. I just show up in Charlotte tomorrow. Let's see. Do this, do that. Okay. Croatia. People from Kuwait, Croatia. That's cool. Let's see. I have seen the spoilers for Chapter 1017, and we will not be discussing that here because it's not out yet in the official. Whatever, I'll spoil it for you. Okay, so Goku and Vegeta show up in One Piece in Chapter 1017. You'd think that that wouldn't make any sense, but the way that Oda does it actually makes it makes it grok. It makes it make sense, okay? I'm not going to explain how. So Goku and Vegeta show up, right? And they square off against Kaido. Yamato's there as well. Goku and Vegeta do the fusion dance. They become Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in Super Saiyan God mode, and they fight against Kaido, and my god, man, I mean, like, it's an extended 45-page chapter. It is absolutely magnificent. So, yeah, I would check that out. I'm gonna have a lot to talk about tomorrow. I'll just say that. A half fishman, half mink character. Yeah. With the way genetics work in One Piece, that's probably 100. Because the genetics of the fishmen and merfolk and the genetics of minks work very similarly, so that could be possible. Sure. Can Kaido beat Goku, though? I think the answer to that is no. Goku literally has the ability to blow up the planet with his finger if he wanted to. I doubt that, I doubt Kaido has any, competition with that. I mean, like, Goku would incinerate Kaido in one hit, But yeah, D&D stuff, really cool. In terms of a realm that I would really love to incorporate, I like the Nine Hells because I'm a big fan of Dante Alighieri's The Inferno or the Divine Comedy, so I would love to use the Nine Hells into something. I have Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes, which goes into detail with the Blood War and everything, and so there's more detail on devils and stuff. But there's just so many, like Carcery is like a giant prison. Pandemonium sounds really cool, but it's really just a big desert with endless ceasing winds that sound like the ghastly wails of the dead, so it's a weird realm and there's not much there. Pandemonium is often talked about like the realm where like people are banished to. Like you're banished from your home realm to Pandemonium. It's just this vast desert with howling winds that just drives you insane, and that's it. But you can make a campaign around that. The Beastlands, which is just the realm of neutral good and chaotic good. I love the concept of D&D as it's all structured on the alignment scale, right? So it's all on the alignments, and like each realm either represents a straight up, alignment, like Mechanus and Limbo are off to the sides here. So Mechanus is the realm of objective, lawful neutrality, but then Limbo over here is the realm of just straight up. Where's Limbo? Where's Limbo at? Oh, yeah, chaotic neutrality, of course. So that's pretty cool. Ugh. How much longer do you think One Piece will last? I was just thinking about this last night. Maybe 4 years? I don't know. Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Unboxing was lit. Thank you. Yeah, thanks to Chris from Arizona that sent me that. I was going to wait to do that for a fan mail stream, but then after looking at it, I'm like, man, this is a whole box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Whole box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I could probably do a whole video about this. And I did, and it was, like, I liked filming it. It was kind of a pain to set up, because I'm not used to filming things like, like an unboxing, and I wanted the camera to be really close to the cards. So I actually ended up using my phone, and I had to film everything downstairs in my studio, so I had proper lighting and everything. I basically had to take, like, a chair, a stool, a table, and then tape everything together so it wouldn't shake around, and then grab, I actually used this thing, which is like a, it's like a stand for your phone. So I basically had it like this, and then I had to tape all of this to a stool so it wouldn't shake, and then have my hands in front of it while opening the packs. It was very awkward, and I really should just buy, like, it's just like a special kind of tripod that just attaches to your desk and it just stares down. I could just get one of those, but I didn't have one, so I had to MacGyver the shit out of that, but it all worked. Do you want to host a panel at Anime Expo? Anime Expo, I don't even know if are they having it this year? Anime Expo is usually on. It's too late now. I can't go now because it's like it used to be like the week of July 4th, which would be like a week from now, so I can't go to that. But I don't even know if they're still gonna have it because I don't even know how the lockdown rules are different, because that's like LA's a big city. I don't know if it's different because over here they're kind of lifting, but I don't know how the cities are. Are you excited for the newspaper after Wano? I think everybody's excited for the newspaper after Wano, man. Like, that's the big thing that we're all, hyped for. How big Luffy's bounty is going to be, what happened to freaking Sabo, Vivi, all that kind of stuff, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Hot take or no, the Scabbard are extremely underwhelming characters. I don't think they're underwhelming. I think it's just, like, Kaido is so ridiculously freak show strong that they didn't have a chance. Like, they're literally going up against one of the Yonko, and there's a reason why he's a Yonko. I mean, Luffy got the shit beat out of him twice by Kaido. Got knocked on his ass twice by Kaido, and Luffy's the main character of the story, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. The mail lost my first attempt to buy a Berry plush. I'm really glad I got a chance to buy him again. I have a perfect Law plush hat clip from One Piece Tower for him. Oh, that's cool. It sucks that the tower... Well, was the tower closed because of COVID, or... Is it going to open up again, or is it opened up again with the One Piece stuff, or did they just take all the One Piece stuff out? Because if they did, that would suck. But if it didn't, if it's opened again, I would love to visit someday. But yeah, I'm glad you got your Berry plush. I would say contact Teespring to see if they can give you, like, if they maybe just gave you a new one for free. But if you can't, I would ask them for like a refund or something. Oh, thanks for stopping in on vacay. Please read the Can't Fear Your Own World light novels and discuss them. Well, I talked about half of the first one, and I still have it over there. But yeah, I got away from reading them, and I don't own the other two, unfortunately. What do you think about the anime and Wano? I think it's pretty solid. Like, One Piece, you know, it's been around for 20 years. The anime's been around for 20 years, over that. And it's like, it's had its ups and downs. There's parts where the animation gets a little strange. There's parts where there's more filler than others. Like, the Dressrosa arc is a good example of that. But right now, I think it's pretty solid. I think we're going at about, one chapter, an episode, sometimes less than a chapter an episode. But the animation's pretty on point, and especially where we're at right now, getting started for the big war, I think a little bit of dramatic license is warranted. I think that's okay. Any new thoughts on Bleach returning? Nothing really. Just like, I think it's going to be next year sometimes. Why don't I age? I'm actually a vampire from the Cretaceous period. You know, I'm approximately 95 million years old, and here I am talking about anime on the internet. You know, that's just how it goes. You know, when you have infinite time, that's just how it... Oh, did anybody see the Rick and Morty Season 5 premiere? We could talk about that. What's my rating for the Wano arc? Oh, like, in the manga? I would probably, like, where we're at right now, probably, like, 9 out of 10. I mean, like, I really want to wait until it's over to fully assess it, because it could have a shitty ending for all we know. I'm pretty sure it won't, but it could. We don't know. It's not out yet. I'm pretty sure the ending will be okay. The way Kaido is going to have to be defeated, that's going to be a huge, big part for the arc. Like, that's how people are going to remember this arc, when Kaido is finally defeated or killed by whom, we do not know. That is going to be a big key point to the arc. In fact, I might even just do that. I might just do a video on what are the key points of Wano that people are going to remember for years and years to come. You know? Let's see. I am Mr. Nimbus! Oh, God, that dude was great. I want him to be brought back a lot. Let's just make him a regular cast member in Season 5. Why not? And just take him away and never mention him again after Season 5 is over. Oh, yeah, Morty getting one. Oh, my God. You know what? That was a good episode. Season 4 of Rick and Morty... Season 4 was kind of hit or miss with me. I really did not like how they split the season in half. I think that kind of ruined it a little bit. I liked some of the episodes, like, some of them just, like the Morty gets a dragon episode. I was really excited for that one, and that one really didn't, like, it was okay, but it didn't, like, it went, like, that sexual angle with it, and I'm like, alright, I mean, I didn't expect it to go that angle, but alright, sure. Yeah, I thought we were gonna do something else, but okay. And then, man, there was the crew episode, you know, the heist episode. I hated that episode. That was probably my least favorite Rick and Morty episode. I might be my least favorite one of all time. I did not care for the heist episode at all. Yeah, Season 4 was just, it was weak a few times to me. But Season 5, this is a good, strong opening to Season 5. It's just that little thing where it's like, you know, not Luffy, I'm so used to talking about One Piece, Morty going back and forth into that portal, and I want you to go back and rewatch that episode, and you can pay attention to so many things that change, like subtle things, because that's what they do. It's like little things will change as they go through, like every time Morty goes into that portal, you know? The Vindicators 2 episode was great. I love that Vindicators 2. That's one of my favorite episodes of Rick and Morty. You know, Look Who's Purging Now. That's probably my favorite Season 2 episode. The Season 3 premiere, the episode after that, Rick Mancing the Stone, where they go back into the Mad Max world. Season 3 was really good. The Whirly Durly Conspiracy, that was a good episode. But Season 4, I think, was just the weakest. The Vat of Acid episode was crazy. I like the Vat of Acid episode, and the season finale of Season 4, with the Star Wars references with Beth and everything, that was a good one, too. That was a really good one, too. Oh, shit. I just realized the Season 4 finale ended with there being 2 Beths, and that wasn't even, like, living together, and that wasn't even addressed in the Season 5 premiere. Oh, well, maybe she went back off to space, or maybe it's a different dimension. Pickle Rick, I love Pickle Rick. It helps that Danny Trejo had a guest spot on that episode. That was a really good one. Okay, Rick versus the President, that was the Season 3 finale. I thought that was the weakest finale. The Season 2 finale, which ended with Rick turning himself over to the Galactic Federation and freaking Nine Inch Nails hurt Q's up, you know, that was such a dramatic ending to Season 2. And then Season 3 was just Rick fighting the President of the United States. And I'm like, all right, that seems like kind of a downgrade, though. because he's Rick. He's Rick, for fuck's sake. He's like, oh, he's fighting the president. And it's really cool because the president has all this stuff under the White House. Like, he has, like, that mech. And, like, he, like, blows a whistle and those two, like clones come out and, like, fight Rick and shit. And, like, all the crazy stuff that exists under the Pentagon and stuff. But I just felt like the other season finales were a little bit more impactful than that, you know? Yeah, the season 3 finale wasn't supposed to be the finale. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. It did not feel like a finale. Total Recall, I just watched that one the other day. That one holds up. That one just makes me feel, you know what? I feel bad for Jerry. Yeah, he fucks up every now and then, but people really shit on Jerry too much. You know what I mean? There are a few times in the story where Jerry legitimately fucks up big time. Like, that is 100% the case. But there's a few moments where, and he does endanger his family. Like that time he was dating that alien lady. And so he didn't want to break up with her, so he kept pushing it off on other people. Like, that was pretty messed up. That was messed up. That was Jerry's fault 110%. But, like, a few other moments, not really his fault, you know? But the Total Recall episode made me really feel bad for Jerry. Because it was like, man, this is the happiest day of my life, and then it was all a low-effort simulation. And it's like, ah, man, I'm sorry, Jerry, dude. The Scary Terry episode, that was a classic one. Yeah, the Inception episode. Oh, that was great. Ah, man. What is my favorite Rick and Morty episode? I gotta think. Ah, man, there's so many good ones. A good episode from season 4 was the second one, The Old Man in the Seat, where Rick has his private toilet on the planet. Like, that was a good one, because that one, like, really, the ending of that, where Rick just goes back to the planet, and he's all alone, and he has those, like, the holographic simulations of himself just shitting on him, that's a very powerful ending to an episode, yeah. If that was the season 3 finale, that would have even been more impactful to me. Yeah. The Jerry daycare episode. Okay, that's Morty Night Run, which I didn't care for the A-plot of that with the gas cloud they were escorting. I didn't really care for that. But the B-plot with Jerry in the daycare, that was pretty good. Yeah. How are you, sir? I'm doing great. We're talking about Rick and Morty. But yeah, season 5 premiere with Mr. Nimbus and then Morty getting the wine. That was pretty solid. One of the best ones I've seen in a while. 1 million! Oh, wait, no. 1,000... I don't know that symbol. Somebody tell me that symbol. Get ready for your Soul Reaper training, James Sirius Potter. Am I going to Hogwarts? Alright, I guess I have to go. Alright, well, what do I wear? I don't know. Alright. It's finally time. I'm finally going to Hogwarts. Alright. Do I wear my Hufflepuff shirt, or my Ravenclaw shirt, or my Slytherin shirt, or my Griffin or my Gryffindor shirt? Which people do mention because the R does look kind of like an A. I mean, it really does look like an A. It does. But anyway, oh wait, no. This is American Hogwarts. I forget the name, but it has completely different houses. I'm gonna be so out of style. 1,000 rupees. Okay, rupees. From Russia? Rupees are Russian, right? Or Indian, right? I don't know. I think India. Indians rupees, right? Theory on why Nimbus can control the police. He's Mr. Nimbus, man! Come on! It's pretty obvious. It's like, how come a duck can swim? Because it's a duck! Wanted to say thank you for all these years. I started watching 5 years ago when I started college, and now I'm graduated and working full-time as an engineer and still waiting for your reviews. Wow, you are successful! Keep that up! I'll keep making videos as long as I can. Rupees are Indian. I had it in my head that okay, what's the what's the currency in Russia then? Is it kroners? I forget. I always thought like Russian rupees. That just maybe somebody said that at some point and I just thought it was the case, but I don't know. But yeah. Oh yeah, I want to do another Let's Play, but I just want to have a better setup when I do it, because doing the Let's Plays, like my room is not set up to game, because, you know, like, this bed sucks when I have to film, like, even just doing videos or, like, a live stream, but, like, sitting here and, like, hunched over my keyboard and, like, playing a game, it sucks, man. So I really want to get a better setup for that. Rupees are from Zelda. Ruples. That was what I was thinking of. All right, so I wasn't too off. Rupees, Ruples. Okay, all right, Ruples. Okay, they at least both started with an R. At least I wasn't that off. All right. What do you think of the new Demon Slayer game? I have not played the new Demon Slayer game or any of the old Demon Slayer games, and I really haven't read that much of Demon Slayer in general, so, you know, that's how it goes there. Let me go. I feel like we were on a rant for a while about Rick and Morty there. Let's go through some super chats in the meantime. Let me refresh the page here. Burnham, new Netflix special, Inside. Haven't watched that yet, but as I said last time, I finished watching The Queen's Gambit. That was pretty good, and I finally caved in and I got Disney Plus. I know, I was like, you know what? There are quite a few things I want to watch on Disney Plus. I can cancel at any time, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, I finally got it last week. I watched last week the 2 episodes of Loki that were out. I just watched the new episode last night of Loki. No spoilers, but very good. I would recommend it. Even if it's like because I really wanted to watch Loki. And honestly, like, there's some other stuff on Disney Plus, but the main reason I got it was to watch Loki. If you want my opinion, if you really want to watch it, I think it's worthy. I think it's worthy a subscription. I think it's good enough. You will not be disappointed. It is a pretty damn good show. All right? So, you know, I would say that. Okay. Let's see. Let's Plays. Okay, I answered that one, answered that one. All right. Demon Slayer game. Apparently this new Demon Slayer game is a big deal. It's coming up in October, but I haven't known anything about it. Do you think it's weird that Judge's wife is called Sora, considering the Knight of the Sea comics, Sora being the Germa's main antagonist? That makes me wonder whether Sora might be, like, a name, like, ancestral of the Germa. Maybe, like, the first queen of the Germa was named Sora, and so that's why Sora was named that, and then Judge married her, because I don't know. There is some kind of connection, though. Are you a Futurama? Am I a Futurama? I like Futurama. Futurama's dope. But I am not a I am not the physical embodiment of Futurama, no. But my shiny metal ass. I started to watch your videos to learn about hockey because I wasn't a One Piece fan, but I keep hearing the word, then your videos. By the way, do you watch Midnight Gospel? I do not. But thanks for watching the hockey videos. Fish or Tiger video, yeah, that is one of the ones that's been on the back burner for so long. I actually was just working on a thumbnail of that the other day. Sometimes I'll go in and you know, just make a thumbnail to get ready for the video. The Fish or Tiger video will have to get done soon because that was it's like the Noland one where I've been planning it for so long. It needs to get done. Just waiting for a good time to really place it in the story, you know? I mean, I can make it whenever I wanted, but it fits when it's like maybe something in the story. Maybe if something involves Jinbei comes up, maybe I can make it, and that makes sense. Hey, Tekking, do you think there is a wood fruit in One Piece, and it would be considered mythical? I can't see any reason why there wouldn't be any. I mean, a lot of people think that's going to be Green Bull's power, because, you know, Kizaru was Yellow Monkey, and he had the power of light, which was depicted as yellow. Aokiji was Blue Pheasant, and he had ice. Akainu was Red Dog, and he had lava, which makes me think they maybe got their code names after they got their Devil Fruit powers, because Kuzan was a Vice Admiral. He definitely had his Devil Fruit beforehand. Kizaru was a Vice Admiral with his Devil Fruit. So, and probably Akainu was as well. So I assume they probably got their code names because of their Devil Fruits. Fujitora has Gravity, which I guess Gravity's color is purple. I mean, when you think of Gravity, you think of purple, right? Of course. And so maybe Green Bull has the ability of some kind of nature fruit. That would be nice. Going through some of these older super chats here. Let's see, I love your videos. I watch them while cleaning my room. What's your favorite volume covers of One Piece or manga in general? Hi from Chile. Hello from Chile. I really love volume 53 of One Piece. I have the volumes here, but oh man, 53 is all wedged in the back. Okay. The volume with Amazon Lily's good. It's green. It has the Boa siblings. It has Luffy walking on these like rainbow-colored snakes with the Vivre card. The perspective on that one is really good. I'm also a big fan of the Reverie one. Oh, this is a good one that I have on standby. This is a really kick-ass one. When Luffy fought Katakuri. This is a badass volume cover right here. Look at that. Oh yeah, just like the perspective, and then Luffy and Katakuri both in the mirrors as their final attacks hit. Oh man, that's the perspective on that is amazing. What is the name and powers of your Zanpakuto? Kuroi Taiyo. It's Black Sun. It's like an eclipse explosive Zanpakuto. Why haven't we seen the Beast Pirates do their zone awakenings yet? Hopefully we get to see that in Act 4. Yeah, I mean, like, Kaido is probably already awakened. That's maybe why he can do was, like, fire breath and lightning breath and wind blade breath and, like, everything. Then maybe we could have King and Queen. I don't know about Jack because he's, like, younger than the others, but King and Queen might very well have an awakening. That would definitely be cool to reveal that. Like, it looks like Sanji's going to defeat Queen, King's going to be defeated by Marco, and then all of a sudden, boom, they use their awakenings and get the edge out on them. That is the case if they even have them. Let's see. Robin or Nami? Well, of course, Robin, because she's best girl. She's waifu, of course. What would be the names and abilities of your Zanpakuto? I already answered that one. Like an explosive type. That's what I always had in mind. I've read Kingdom, but only up to, like, chapter 200, and that was so many years ago. Honestly, I don't even remember where I left off. So I would probably have to start all over again, maybe from after the two arcs of Kingdom that I've reread the most are the first arc, like the where they get back, you know, the capital, and then the arc where they fight against Wei, the very next arc. Those two I have a pretty good understanding of. So I'd have to start from that point onward and reread. So that's like chapter 100 I'd have to probably start at again. Thoughts on possible mythical fruits that are outside the zone category? Fruits that aren't a mythical zone but have mythical properties. That would be like Paramecias or Logias. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Did Smoker get his name for his fruit or for his fruit? I would imagine... Wouldn't it be weird if Smoker wasn't his real name? Like, you know, he got the power when he was, like, when he joined the Marines when he was young, like a teenager or whatever, and people just started calling him Smoker, and he just went with it, and he just changed his name. That would make sense. The Brick Army shall grow. Of course it will. If the Navy can cross the Calm Belt using Karyoseki, why can't they reach Lodestar? We don't know. They don't know where Lodestar is. It's not, well... They might know where Lodestar is, but like it might be very, very difficult to get to. It might not be as easy as just sail in this direction and you'll eventually hit it. Also, the Karyoseki is not perfect. It can't perfectly shoo away Sea Kings. The Sea Kings can still detect you. It just helps to, you know, lessen the effect, but it's not a guarantee. Do you think the ancient weapons could be tied to different types of hockey? Poseidon is conquerors, Pluton is armament, Uranus is observation. It's possible. Here's something else about the ancient weapons. I thought about this as I was editing the Century video I did a couple days ago. Okay. Now, I'm assuming somebody probably also already came up with this theory, so I'm not claiming that I originated this, but because it is something that I arrived to, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, but probably not the first person. So what if, okay, the world government wants to get their hands on the ancient weapons, right? The ancient weapons we know were created during the Void Century by the Ancient Kingdom, apparently. So, what if something happened where those ancient weapons got scattered to the world, but they're not physical weapons anymore? They got put into certain people, living beings, that then got reincarnated over the centuries. I have no idea how that would work, how you take an ancient weapon into a person, but it's One Piece. So what if the power of Poseidon was an actual weapon, but then in order to hide it from the world government, they turned it into a mermaid princess, or had the power given to the mermaid princesses. And then Pluton might be Vivi, and then Uranus might be whoever. Like actual gods. Yeah, I like a Pluton human. Like I said, probably not the first person to think of this. In fact, I seem to recall a theory where people thought that Vivi was Pluton, so that probably goes with the same idea. But maybe they started off as actual physical weapons, but then they used some ability to put those weapons into people, and then when those people age and then die, they're reincarnated further down the generations. Maybe, I don't know, and then that's how the world government can't find them because they have no idea who they are. Yankee Doodle Dandy. Okay, I guess, sure. Do you like Kamen Rider? I haven't watched a lot of Kamen Rider, but the little I have seen, it's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Hope you're having a nice day. I am. It's a nice day. Very, very hot day outside today. Took Duchess for a walk this morning. Later on, I'm actually going to go to the drive-in. I'm going to see a movie. I think the first new movie I've ever seen since COVID started. It's going to be the new Conjuring movie. Conjuring, I think, 3 or Conjuring 4. Well, I don't really honestly care. But, it's a new movie, you know, that I'm not seeing on, like online or something. I'm actually seeing it at a drive-in, so that'll be fun. Let's see. Does Bello Betty solo Robin? I feel like Bello Betty's ability... Okay, does Bello Betty have an entire army that, you know, she could use her cheer power to, like, influence? If not, I feel like Robin wins. Even if she did have an army, I feel like Robin still wins. Yeah, I'm vaccinated. Yeah, I got vaccinated back in the first weekend of May. I got my second shot. Ah, man. Have I read D. Gray Man? I think I watched, like, the first episode of D. Gray Man a long time ago. Don't skip my super chat. Yeah, let's pause the super chats for a moment. I'm going to pause them so no new ones can come in. And then I will refresh, and then I will read the ones that I missed. Because there was whenever I go to read the super chats, more super chats flood in because people know I'm reading super chats, and then that gives me more super chats. All right. Monster one-shot is part of the Void Century. I don't think so, because Ryuma's in the Monster one-shot, and that was stated that he lived 400 years ago, so I don't think that's the case. H. Kotsky sent in $20 just to say Yankee Doodle, so thank you for the $20. Miguel, $10. If Luffy had to do some kind of infiltration in Marijois, similar to Impel Down, do you think Doflamingo would have a similar role than Crocodile? Well, Impel Down is not close to Marijois. They're actually kind of far apart, so, like, I could see if Doflamingo got out of Impel Down and then immediately went to Marijois to, like, kill all the Celestial Dragons, just because that seems like something Doflamingo would do. Like, what else would Doflamingo do? Like, here's a question. If Doflamingo got out of prison, what would he do? Where would he go? He probably would not go back to Dressrosa. He knows that Kaido's probably pissed at him. He probably wouldn't go to Wano. He would probably just say, fuck it, I'm gonna go kill all the Celestial Dragons at Marijois just because I can, you know, right? Whatever. You know, because they're the ones that kind of screwed me over. I'm gonna go do that, you know? Yeah. What if Luffy, at the start of the series, in base, was strong as current Luffy, Kong Gatling, possible what-if video? Oh, like, if Luffy was able to use, like, King Cobra, King Kong Gun, like, back at freaking Dawn Island? Oh, God. Well... I don't even know he would need a crew at that point. Like one-shot Morgan, one-shot Kuro, one-shot Krieg, one-shot Arlong, one-shot freaking Crocodile. Okay, I don't know if he... Well, no, if he has hockey, he would one-shot. One-shot King Cobra, Crocodile, Snake Man. Done. Because Crocodile just wouldn't see it coming. I don't know, man. We can go to the movies without our masks in New York City. Cool, I guess. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's cool or not. I don't know if I would love to go back to New York. I was just thinking the other day, the last time I was in New York was 8 years ago already. It's been a long time. I want to go back. It was a great city. But I don't think I want to go back right now in the climate. Maybe wait a little bit longer, because I do not know what the situation is like. I'm fully vaccinated, but that's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Is there a donation option that doesn't give YouTube a 30% cut? Yeah, there is. I have a PayPal link on my channel's homepage, and you can just donate directly through that. I have a Patreon, but I don't really use it, so I really wouldn't ask for you to send money through Patreon. Like, if something ever... Like, the reason I had the Patreon to start with is because I needed it, like, way back in, like, 2014, I needed a new computer, and I needed a new lighting system, like, a new lights for my studio, which I got through Patreon, which was great. But now, you know, most of the stuff, like, whenever I need a new computer, I mean, I get a new computer, and that's a business expense, and so I don't really need to raise money for anything huge, because nothing I do, like, big YouTube channels that, like Brave Wilderness or some shit that have to have, like, crazy advanced camera equipment and, like, travel costs all over the world, and, like, that's a lot, but they make a lot of money, too, because they have basically own their own film crew and everything, but, like, what I do is very minimal, you know, and so... computers, webcams, microphones. I mean, those can get expensive. But yeah, Patreon, I don't really use that for a lot of stuff. Probably just the donation option with the PayPal and then Super Chats, and that's pretty much it. Let's see. Hey, Tekking, have you read Records of Ragnarok? I've seen, like, the first 4 episodes of the anime, but then people told me to stop watching the anime and read the manga. I haven't gotten around to reading the manga yet, but I've seen a lot of screenshots from the manga, and the artwork does look better than the anime by a lot, so I should go and definitely check that out. Chapter 1017 review! That'll be out tomorrow! I'm currently 4 volumes into Chainsaw Man, and I gotta say, I love it just from aesthetic. Which would you say is your favorite devil? Mine's the Spider Devil and the Katana Devil. I like Beam. I like the Shark Devil. The Gun Devil's also pretty damn sweet, although you haven't gotten to him yet. Let's see. If all D-Clan members die with a smile, what laws parents and sister they have? Do they die smiling or not? Okay, apparently, okay, Law said he got the water, his full name is Trafalgar D. Water Law, which I just recently found out the Water Law is a reference to Waterloo, because Napoleon, right? Anyway, he said he got the water part from his mother, so that seems to imply he got the Will of D from his father's side of the family. So, we saw his dad die, but I don't think he had a smile, but I don't know. I don't know. It might be different in the manga than in the anime, because the anime might have added some stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Laughing my ass off. Record of PowerPoint for the anime. Yeah, it does get kind of PowerPointy at times, I will admit, yeah. It is kind of like 5 frames per second sometimes. Let's see. What if Kaido ate the Kibi Dango? It was revealed that Tama's powers do not work on regular zone users. So you have to be a gifter for it to work, because you're taking the lineage factor of animals into yourself. Zones are something different. Getting some Doner kebab. Want some? I've never had that, but it sounds delicious. Let's see. What devil fruit would you feed to your Zanpakuto? The Pika Pika Nomi. Let's see. But yes, One Piece is great and love your reviews. Thank you for the $5. Crix Toxed, thank you. Think the next One Piece arc will be Marineford in rescuing Sabo. You know, like, I don't know, because if Luffy finds out Sabo has been kidnapped, you'd think that Luffy would definitely be like, oh, not again, not again, I can't lose another brother. He would immediately go to rescue him no matter where he is. We would be getting into the final saga of One Piece. Oda wants to keep going to Elbaf or Laugh Jail or backtrack to Marijua. I do not know, but it would be insane regardless. So I think both are on the table right now. Let's see. Okay, I'm starting to get back into some that I've already read here. What if Ace missed Blackbeard and attacked Luffy at Enies Lobby? Ooh, that would be a good one. What if Blackbeard made it to Enies Lobby and fought against Luffy? Well, Garp would have been there as well. So that would have been interesting, because Blackbeard hoped to intercept Luffy at Water 7. Garp was there at the time. We might have seen Garp fight against Blackbeard. That would have been cool. I don't think Luffy would have been captured, though. At the very most, Garp would have fought Blackbeard. Blackbeard might have managed to get away. Let's see. I answered that one. New Demon Slayer game. Okay, I think I got a lot of these. Alright, here are some. Will Shirahoshi go to Laugh Tale with the Straw Hats? Shirahoshi wants to see a forest with the Straw Hats, so it'd actually be really cool if it turns out Laugh Tale is this massive forest. Maybe. Do you really think the Admirals and Yonko are equal? Alright, what do you mean by that? Do you mean one of the Admirals is equal to one of the Yonko? Because, no. But if you're talking about all 3 all 3 Admirals working together against a single Yonko, well, 3 Admirals, including the Fleet Admiral, I could see that. I could see Sakazuki, Fujitora, Green Bull, and Kizaru all going up against Kaido. I think they would have a good shot at winning. Actually, I might just do a whole video on that, because I'm picturing this scene in my head where they're all 4 of them are walking right up to Kaido Dragon, and that image in my head looks fucking amazing. So I should just do a video of that. What do you think? I think either Boa Hancock or Sabo or Vivi, one of them will die. What do you think? I mean, maybe? I I don't want Sabo to die. I don't want Vivi to die. So I guess that leaves Boa Hancock in that hypothetical. Let's see. Excuse me. Foxy is the natural enemy of Kizaru. He is. I mean, he really is. If Foxy ever runs into Kizaru, Kizaru's dead. They win easy. Oh, I don't think it would be easy. I don't think it would be easy. You know? But, it would be a fight for the ages. It also doesn't help much that we don't know anything about, Green Bull's power. But he obviously is an admiral. He'd obviously pretty strong, yeah. I can't wait. I have no idea when this would happen. Maybe we'll talk about this in the SBS tonight. But when the Devil's Luck Pirates finally get strong enough to go up against an admiral. That actually might be a question I ask Rustage tonight. Like, Rustage, if you could put a power level, a level at a D&D level for an admiral, like a challenge rating, what would it be? You know, 18, 20, like, what would it be? Or you feel like a young... Well, no, because challenge ratings can go up to, like, 30 in D&D. So, like, if we're going to go by that logic, the same scale, challenge rating 30 in One Piece would probably be, like... I don't know, Roger at his prime, Whitebeard at his prime, Rocks at his prime, and then, like, Kaido would be maybe 25, and then maybe an Admiral would be, like, 18, 19, something like that, maybe, challenge rating discussion, I don't know. Okay, I answered that one. Scabbards are underrated or underwhelming, maybe a little. Mythical Zone Fenril... Cosmic Paramecia. Oh, the Star fruit. That sounds cool. Can I use you for a graphic novel? Yeah, sure, go ahead. The Tekking character, or Barry's character, either way. Rustage said that Yonko were level 15. That's interesting. That's a little low in my opinion. Then again, I've never really been part of a D&D campaign where we've actually dealt with characters of that high of level. So I can't really say otherwise, you know what I mean? Like... I remember reading Curse of Strahd, and in Curse of Strahd, it was stated that Strahd, who's this insanely powerful vampire, probably the most famous vampire in all of D&D, was challenge rating 15, and I thought that was kind of weak. I thought, challenge rating 15, he's the strongest vampire ever, he should be like 23 or some shit like that. It's like, well, I think anything more than 20 is basically you're talking about gods at that point. Like, the only character, the only beings that are officially challenge rating 30 in D&D are the Tarask and Tiamat. Tiamat being a 5-headed dragon god, and Tarask being basically a Godzilla, essentially. Yeah. Why did I choose Tekking as my name? Because there was an episode of Zoe 101 that I watched when I was like 13. There you go. I'm a trucker, by the way. D stands for dreamers, as the dreams seem to get passed on. Thanks, Chris. Hey, Tekking, would you like a monthly thing of Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something else for videos? I mean, I'm not saying to send me Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I mean, there was a lot of positive response from the unboxing, so I can buy my own and do that for a video. I'm a huge Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, so I would not say no to more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And people do send them to me in fan mail all the time. But if you like the Yu-Gi-Oh unboxing, which, I mean, it didn't get as many views because that's different from what I normally talk about, but it's not about views. It's about, like, the reception I got from the video itself. And it seemed very, very positive. Even Team APS, I gave them a shout out. Team APS even responded in the comments. That was great, you know, and so I love those guys. Go check out Team APS. They do some awesome, like, theme duels. They do some comedy skits about Yu-Gi-Oh, man. They're great. But yeah. So it seems like Yu-Gi-Oh! I was even thinking I want to do a series. People have done this before, but you can't just like, well, it's been done before, you can't do it. No, you can. I want to do a series, because I'm not that great with the actual card game, but I want to do a series talking about the lore of the archetypes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go through each of the archetypes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Starting with Gravekeepers, and then working my way up, I guess. I don't know how long I would do it for, but it would be fun. Have I ever heard of Hiro Mashima's new series, Eden Zero? Yeah, I've heard of Eden. It's not that new. Eden Zero's been around for like 2-3 years by this point, or maybe longer. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've read a little bit. It's okay. As an anime now, I think. Let's see. Brandon, $2. Next Vivra card lists Roger's sword name. Hype. Is that true? I didn't know that. Next Vivra card, Roger's sword's name. I hope it's Grande Mustache. Please have it be Grande Mustache. Come on now. That would fit, okay? Because Roger he's the king of the pirates, yes, but he's kind of a goofy character, you know what I mean? Roger is not this very serious character. He's a very lighthearted, kind of Luffy-esque character. I could see him naming his sword Grande Mustache. That tracks with me, okay? Let's see. Answered that one about D&D, One Punch Man manga. Do another Ichigo Rukia fanfic on your second channel. Hey, maybe in the future. I don't know. Do you think the relationship between Zoro and Sanji would change if Ivankov changed Zoro into a woman? Yeah, it would definitely change. I don't know how exactly, and I'm not going to go further into that, but it would definitely change. Let's see, you should do a video on Record of Ragnarok and show the actual mythology referenced. I would. I have so many questions upon watching Record of Ragnarok, like how all this works. It would be nuts. Maybe I will. I don't know. If Eam does turn out to be Rocksteady Zebek, how do you think the Straw Hats or any of the characters are going to handle him? We have no idea what Rocksteady Zebek's powers are or what Eam's powers are, so there's no way for me to answer that. You know, if one mysterious character turns out to be another mysterious character, we have to have a little bit more on what they're capable of. Let's see, I answered that one. What if Luffy at the start was the strong as he is now? Fujitora versus Odin. I would probably say Odin would have a good chance of winning. If someone used Conquerors on Chopper, would he pass out or would he be submissive? It depends on who does it. If Rayleigh tried as hard as he could, I'm pretty sure he would knock out even some of the strong members. You know, because Conquerors has different levels too, just like any kind of hockey. And then I think... Okay, that brings us to the end of those super chats. All right, I finally got to the end of that. So, how long have I been going? An hour and... Oh, and about an hour. Okay, so we're about an hour for it. I'll go for about another 20 minutes or so. Let's get some actual chats in here, like regular chat. Maybe we'll go to the super chat again before the end of it. Just trying to do a good balance here. Not enough geography! More geography! You know what? I have to admit, it's been a while since the last Geography is Everything. I kind of ran out of islands. I do have one on... I want to do one on Flevance. I want to do one on Law's hometown, the White Town, Flevance. I want to do that. I was actually going to plan on doing... All right. I'm going to throw something out there now. All right. I have no idea when this would happen, but I wanted to throw this out there, okay? When I eventually move, which God knows when that'll be, but when I eventually move, I was going to film like 5 videos to air in a row because I'll be moving. I'll have to take everything, move it out, set up at the new... I mean, that's going to take a few days to get everything set up my new office, set up my new studio, backgrounds, all that kind of stuff, get stuff in the mail, bookcases to assemble, all that kind of shit. I was going to do Law Week. I was finally going to do Law Week. I was going to do 5 videos all about law. One was going to be on a Geography is Everything on Flevance. One was going to be on the Polar Tang, submarines in general in One Piece, talking about the submarine. They weren't going to be very long videos. They weren't going to be, like, super long, but, like, a Law Week. You know, I'll do a Law Week. And I need to get an intro for Law Week, but I have no idea. I would probably announce in advance, like, I need an intro for Law Week. I want to maybe use that line that Sylvester Stallone uses in the original Judge Dredd, not the new Judge Dredd, the old one from, like, the 90s. I think Rob Schneider was in that one. But he's like, you betray the law! No! And I want to make that as part of the intro. Welcome back to Law Week. You know? Yeah, that would be good. Can we get a Bleach isekai video? I have been recommended to do that a lot. When exactly will you do the SBS? From what Rustage told me, unless he changed the time, he said 6 p.m. He's like, oh, it's because originally he said 7. I'm going to that movie tonight, so I'm like, well, 7 would work, but I'm only going to be able to stay for like half an hour. So he's like, oh, what about 6? And I'm like, 6 p.m. I could do that. So that's what it is right now. I don't know if it will stay that, but for right now, 6 should be 6 p.m. So 3 hours from now. 3 hours from now. All right. When did you start my YouTube career? Well, The thing is, we actually just had my anniversary for anime content. I started YouTube, the channel, in late May of 2009, and then I started talking about anime on June 15th, 2011. That was the date I released my first Bleach review, Bleach chapter 452. It was during the Fullbringer arc. And so that was 10 years ago, just last week or week before that. Yeah, 10 years doing this. I think it worked out. I think it did all right. You know? Like, I don't know if it'll keep going the rest of my life. I mean, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe something will happen and, you know, One Piece will end and that'll be it. I'll keep doing this as long as I can. Even if it gets to a point where it's like, I can't do this for a living anymore. Even if it gets to a point where it's like, I'm going to have to go get a regular 9-to-5 kind of job. I would still make videos. I just wouldn't be able to make them as much because I would have a 9-to-5 job. But I'd still make them. It just, you never know with YouTube. You never know. But I feel like, you know, I've been doing this for 12 years. I've been making money off of it. I started getting paid in 2012, but it wasn't very much. So that's about, you know, 9 years of like making some money off of it. So I like to think that I'm doing all right. I'm okay, but you never know what the future is going to be. So yeah, I mean, it's the same with any job. I mean, people sometimes ask me like, you know, oh, YouTube's a little bit, you know, unstable. And it is, it really is. But I'm like, you know, look at a lot of jobs that are being replaced with, freaking automation and robots right now, right? Like, you might have a job that you think is perfectly secure that you've been at. Like my dad, for example. My dad worked at Coca-Cola for about 20 years, from the mid-'80s to like the mid-2000s. And he did the same job for 20 years. He was like filling Coca-Cola bottles. He ran the filling machine at the plant. And he thought he'd been doing it for 20-something years. He thought, this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life, you know, because there's always going to be Coca-Cola, you know. Always has to be someone to run the Coca-Cola filling machine and all that. Eventually that Coca-Cola plant, it was like privately owned by somebody in like Illinois, got bought out by the actual Coca-Cola Corporation, and they changed the, it was no longer a production plant. It was like another kind of plant. And so my dad's job just disappeared overnight. And so he quit and got another one. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just, you never know. You just never know. But anyway, for right now, everything's good. I think actually even better. I think this next year, if everything goes as it should, I think the next year, 2022, is going to be a really fucking good year. Because I should have my own place with a nice-ass studio. I was watching, does anybody watch Dead Meat with James A. Janice, the horror channel? I was watching the video he did yesterday on Leslie Vernon, which that's one of my favorite horror movies, so go check that out. But anyway, I was watching freaking James do his video, and it's like, I love his background. I love it. There's so much space and all the different horror props in the bookcase, and I'm like, I want something like that. But it's like, my studio's too small. It's too cramped. The camera has to be, I don't have room, you know? I want something like that, man. I want to have, like, I might even do a thing where it's like half of my, if I get a big room where I can film in, like a big room, I could have half of my backdrop be the wanted posters, like that I have right now, and then the other half, I could have like a bookcase with like different segments, and I can have One Piece manga and you know, all my memorabilia and like Mogra and I could hang Whitebeard's Bicento. I could get a sword rack and put all my katanas on the sword rack in the background. Like, that's the shit I want, man. And then also in 2022, the Bleach anime should be coming back. So we'll have the Bleach anime, we'll have One Piece probably, like Wano will probably end next year. I mean, it might not, but maybe. And then that'll go into the final saga. I mean, I think these next few years are going to be really good, if everything goes as it should. But then again, yeah, we said that about 2020, and, well, we saw what happened there. So, yeah. Yeah, I want to do a podcast. I want to do Boncast. I even have a logo for it. I had a logo drawn up for it by one of my artists a couple months ago, just to have it on standby, because I don't know when you know what I want? I have no idea if this is even feasible. I want to get this logo. I want it made into a sheet of metal. And then whenever I have a podcast, I could put it up in the background like this sheet of metal with this logo, get some lights underneath it, like a neon lighting kind of thing. I found some websites that can make it into a sheet of metal, but it would be like a solid, like a rectangular sign with this logo. I guess that would work. I want like an actual sheet of metal that just like is cut exactly like this. You know, I'm trying to find like a website that could do that, but I don't know. I haven't found anything yet exactly. Some kind of figure display. Yeah, I want something like that. Yeah, the best way for me to look at, the best way for me to describe it is like look at Dead Meat, look at James A. Janice's background. Basically something like that, but with One Piece related shit. Do you follow the Marvel movies? I've seen all of them except Ant-Man and the Wasp. I should do a Makima video. Because she is, I don't know if she's really important, but maybe a little bit. How many Straw Hats do you think Usopp can beat in one-on-one combat? Ooh. Now that's a good one. And we saw how Luffy, how far he got with Luffy. That's not a bad idea. That actually sounds like a good idea for a video. I might make that one. Who sent that one in? Colton. Colton, if I do that video, I'll give you a shout out because that's a pretty cool idea. Like, you know, Usopp versus Zoro, Usopp versus... I'm trying to think, though, should I use pre-time skips or post? I feel like even with Usopp's upgrades, post-time skip, Luffy's just outstrip it with hockey and everything. I might have to keep it pre-time skip. I might keep it pre-time skip Usopp versus all of the pre-time skip Straw Hats. Which ones he could beat. I might have to do that, because you get hockey involved. That's kind of cheating, you know? Yeah, let's keep it pre-time skip, yeah. Duchess is downstairs. It is very hot today, and I put some ice in her bowl. I turned the air conditioner on. We don't have central air. Something else I would like to get if I had on my own house. Central air would be very helpful. But we don't have central air, so basically it's just 3 air conditioners all running at the same time in the house. And so I'm up here filming, and so she's downstairs on her little bed in the living room in front of the AC. I gave her some water with some ice, and I think she's doing okay. She's getting to be a little older, so boxers are not good in the heat. They're a kind of dog breed that's like in between with like they're not very good in the cold and they're not very good in the heat. So you kind of have to keep track of that, you know. Like, in the winter when it gets really cold, it's like, well, in the winter it's fine, because literally in the winter, we don't even, like, we open the door, she bolts out, she pees, and she runs right back and jumps on the door, like, okay, time to let me in now. So we don't even have to, like, you know, we literally just open the door, like, wait for, like, 5 seconds for her to pee or poop or whatever, and then she just runs right back in the house, and that's fine. In the summer... she does tend to like go outside and like chill out on the grass and just lay out, and she looks like very comfortable, but it's like it's also 90 degrees outside, so she can't stay outside very long. Yeah, it's about 90 right now. But yeah, that's the only time Duchess ever barks, is if we leave her outside. And the thing is, like, if it's super cold, we're right by the door. But sometimes we'll leave her outside and it's like 60 outside. Like, it's not that cold. It's like 55. She's fine. We'll leave her outside. I'll go to like do something else for 5 minutes, and then like she'll be pounding on the door, like whining, like, let me in, I'm dying. I'm like, oh, Duchess, it's 55 degrees outside. The sun is shining. You're fine. You know, you're not gonna die of exposure. You know, like 55 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Because if that was the case, I feel like 55 degrees Celsius, I think the house would be melting at that point. She's a drama queen sometimes. That's Duchess. She's very dramatic. Let's see. Do you think Isayama will change the anime ending? I think it'll have the extended chapter pages from, like, the ending, but I don't think he's going to change anything, no. Yeah. Could I make some fairy tale videos? You know, there was this video. After Fairy Tail ended, I was pissed. I wanted to do this whole rant video series on Fairy Tail and all the problems that I found with it and everything. I even had, I think it was Mr. Awesome. Yeah, Mr. Awesome make me I commissioned him to make me some artwork for the thumbnails. And I never made the video. I never made it because I felt like it would just be me bitching and ranting for like 2 hours. And I'm sure you would love to watch that, but I'm like, you know what? I got to a point where it's like, you know what? It is what it is. You know, people like fairy tale, they like fairy tale. Not everything has to be deep and like have a lot of lore and history and foreshadowing and a deeply intricate power system. Like one of my complaints was like magic was so like developed, like how it worked, or here's a question I had with fairy tale. Like, it's never really explained how you get your magic powers. You just train and learn it. And there's holder type and there's caster type. So for example, Gray has caster type ice magic where he can make like hammers, an inanimate object. And then Leon, whatever, has also caster type ice magic, but he can make living creatures. Okay, but why though? Why is his ice magic different from Gray's? Is it just a personality thing? Could Gray learn how to make movable objects? Could Leon make inanimate objects? Like, why are they different? Why is it different that had they learned? And they don't really explain that kind of stuff. And I was going to go on and on and on about that. But basically what it came down to was like, I basically wanted magic in fairy tale to be as intricate as like Nen from Hunter x Hunter. And it's just, that's not the story that Hiro Mashima made. That's just not what it is. So that's why I never did it. I never did it. But I have the thumbnails. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, this was like one of the thumbnails. And this was Mr. Awesome that drew this, I believe. You know, this was going to be like some of the artwork for that, you know. Maybe I might do it. Maybe if I do it, though, it'll be a very scaled down. I'm not going to go on and on and on. And it'll just be like, this is the reason I didn't like it. But even then, I don't even know if I want to do it, you know. What's my opinion on Rustage D&D, Villain, and Artisan coming back? Well, I guess we'll wait and see. I have no idea. Like, it's going to be a rough fight. That is probably, like, I would say William's shining moment in the entire story. Like, we all have our shining moments in this story, but, like, the moment where I was breaking out of the prison and I got the shatter fruit, and then I attached the collar to Trevor, and then Trevor had to fight Artisan, and Rustage is just like, you know, I gotta do all this. Like, that was so fucking awesome. That was an amazing, and it's like, I don't know how Rustage planned for us to get out of there alive, but I guarantee you that was not it. We went freaking cowboy with that. We went our own direction with that, and there are so many ways we could have died there. And then where I pitched freaking Trevor's sword out of his hand, sprayed salt in his eyes, grabbed it, and then just got the hell out of Dodge. Also, maybe Rustage fudged it a little bit so we could get out of there, but I don't think he did. You know, you could, like, my big concern was, like, aren't they just going to send an entire Marine fleet to come after us, and they didn't. So maybe you could say that was, like, kind of fudged a little bit, but, like, nah, that was so amazing. Like, I don't even care. That was an amazing escape. Oh, God, that was fun. All right. Well, anyway, yeah, we're about an hour and 20. I'm probably going to cut it soon. Are the Worst Generation underused? No, they're not underused, and we've been doing a pretty good job of, like, Totland was Beiji's arc. Now in Wano, we have Law and Kid. Well, Law's been fleshed out already, but we have Kid, and we have Apu and Hawkins. The thing is, they're not the main characters. They're not the main cast, so they're not going to have a lot of focus on them. I would be okay if we had, like, a whole mini-arc focused on, like, Beiji's crew or whatever. We kind of already had that with the cover series. But, like, a Rouge and Bonnie are probably the two that haven't been explored the most. Probably a Rouge is the most underdeveloped. But, yeah. Let's see. Could the Jiki no Mi, that's Kid's fruit, be awakened to manipulate others' iron? Oh, I've seen that. Like, manipulate the iron in people's bloods, yeah. That's a thing, like... Do I have one? Yeah, okay. So, I have a magnet here. This is like a little, like, stretchy magnet that you use if you, like, drop a screw or something. They're very handy. How come the iron in my blood is not being pulled out by this thing? Science explain that! Did anybody have, like, an old monitor, like, back in the day, and if you held a magnet up to it, it would, like, mess with the monitor? Like, it kind of does that with this one, but not too... Actually, not really. Doesn't do anything at all with this one. But my old, like, the big clunky monitors, like the giant ones, like the first ones we had, like in 2001, we had a Hewitt-Packard computer, like an old school one of those. You pull a magnet up to that thing, it would, like, ruin it. In fact, I think I did ruin it, actually, with that, yeah. Held a fridge magnet up to it. Kid would be so OP if he could bloodbend. Yeah, no arguments here. Hi. I started rewatching Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I started back from Season 1. I'm on Season 2 right now. Man, that was a good series, man. I remember watching that shit when I was in high school, you know? Oh, man. Yeah. Is the SBS going to be a live stream? Yeah, the SBS, I don't know if he'll, like, record it and, like, put it up as a video after, but the SBS will be on Rustage's 12-hour stream, which you should definitely go check out right after this is over. In about a few minutes, I'll end this. You head out and watch that, and then around 6 o'clock, so about, like, you know, 3 hours, 2 hours and 39 minutes, that should start around there. Maybe not exact, but, like, around there. Do an apology video dedicated to that grasshopper you kicked. I've apologized to many... It wasn't a grasshopper, it was a praying mantis. I've apologized to many praying mantises. Every time I come across a praying mantis, I say, I apologize for your ancestor. TFS has a new DBZ series. Yeah, the Hell in a Cell. The Cell in a Hell. That one's pretty good. I've seen those. Those are pretty freaking funny. Yeah. Why did Team 4 Star stop? You know, I don't know. They did a video where they talked about it. I think they talked about it being like burnout, like they didn't know how to continue through Boo Saga. I have my own opinion on it, and what I think happened, and this is just my opinion, I think, you know, the Japanese side of things with like Toei and everything, I think they might have finally put their foot down on that and just said, you can't keep doing this. That's my opinion. I don't know. That might not have actually happened, but I get the impression that might have happened, where it was, because it was back and forth with that shit for years with Team 4 Star. You know, it was like every year, like at least one point, all of the videos would get taken down, and then they'd have to fight to get them taken back up, and then taken down again, and then put back up, and then taken down, put back up. And I feel like maybe they just got to a point where Toei was like, you know what? If you keep doing it, we're just going to sue you into oblivion. And we're just done with it. And then they decided, okay. And then they finished up Season 3, and then like, okay, I guess after this we won't do it anymore. That might not have happened. That might not have had anything to do with it. That's my opinion on it. I don't know. I don't know, man. But it sucks, because that was... It lasted 10 years. It was a good 10 years, pretty much exactly. I think it was 10 years exactly. I think it was 2008 to 2018. The finale was good. You ended it at a good point anyway, at, you know, the end of the Cell Saga, so, yeah. I have no idea if it was a male or a female praying mantis. I have no idea. But anyway, I think I'm going to be getting going now, because I'm doing Rustage's stream later tonight, and I got to go do some other stuff before then, do some laundry and some, I got to put away some dishes, mowed the grass the other day, that was good. My garden's coming along nicely. I am growing my peppers again this year, also some herbs. I got some cilantro. The cilantro's growing like crazy, so that's great. Also some chives that are growing really good. I wanted to get spring onions, but they were out. But I'm also growing sweet peppers, banana peppers, green peppers, and... drum roll, please. Sorry, Barry, I used you as a drum roll. I'm growing ghost chilies. And they're growing pretty good. The peppers aren't happening yet. They've been about a month. The plants are coming. Nothing's dead. A few of them died last year, so I'm good on that front. But ghost chilies. Those are going to be fun. All right. Well, anyway... Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me. Go check out Rustage's stream over on Twitch. I retweeted it over on my Twitter, so you can go check that out, or just follow Rustage on Twitter or whatever. He just hit 1 million, so hope to go by and wish him happy 1 million subscriber day, and I'll be there later. So, yeah, Have a good one, everybody. This will be Tekking and Barry signing out. Later, everyone.